Hey everyone, in this video we are going to learn what the virtual DOM in React is. But before we dive in, let's first understand what the DOM actually is. So the DOM, or the document object model, is the browser's way of representing your web page as a tree of elements. In the image you see on the right, that's the tree-like structure, is simply your web application or web page converted into a data structure that the browser can easily understand and manipulate. Now, imagine you want to change something in your application, for example, this text area, then which would be a better approach, like changing only the text area that's changed or that's updated, or rebuild the entire tree from the scratch. Think of it like this. If you want to change your couch at home, would you rebuild your entire house just for that? Obviously not. Similarly, when React builds your application as a tree, rebuilding the whole tree for small changes would waste a lot of processing power and memory. To solve this problem, React uses something called as virtual DOM. Once the virtual DOM is created, React then updates its changes in the real DOM. To understand it in a much better way, when you start your application, React creates a copy of app UI in the memory, which is called as the virtual DOM, and the real DOM is managed by the browser. When you make changes, for example, update the text or add a new element or edit the existing element, React does not directly update the real or virtual DOM. Instead of it, React creates a new virtual DOM based on your changes. For example, if your UI has nodes such as A, B, C, D, E, and only E changes, React will build a new virtual DOM where only E is different. Once this is completed, React then compares the old virtual DOM with the new virtual DOM using the process called as diffing. Here, we can clearly see that A, B, C, D are same, only E has been changed. Now, this diffing algorithm figures out exactly which parts have changed. In this case, only E has been updated. Finally, React updates only those changes, in this case E element, in the real DOM. This process is called as reconciliation. Now, the question is why it is faster. Updating the DOM directly is slow because it triggers layout recalculations and re-rendering for the whole page. And by working with the virtual DOM in the memory first, React minimizes the cost for DOM operations. Also, this leads to faster updates, smoother UI, and better performance for your application. And this virtual DOM is not a React-only concept. Other libraries like Vue.js also uses it, but the React's diffing algorithm and reconciliation algorithm is highly optimized one, which is one of the reasons it is so popular for building modern UIs. So this was all about the virtual DOM. The next video we will try installing React and Node.js into our machine, and we'll build a simple React application and try to run it. Thanks.